Hello everyone, today we're doing a video on the life of the Lunar Princess Ranni, or Ranni the Lunar Princess. Not sure which way is the official canon one, but I'm sure you get the point. I'm not going to keep you for too long, enjoy the video. Before we talk about the life of Ranni, first we have to go back before she was born and talk about something that is very important in the lands between. Heritage. Ranni's parents were important people indeed. Radagon of the Golden Order, who was secretly the other half of Marika, and Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon and leader of the Academy of Raya Lucaria. With her position as leader of Raya Lucaria, she helped transform her family, the Carians, into a royal family. When Radagon and Rennala first met, they were on two different sides of a war between the Golden Order and Raya Lucaria. Because of Rennala's skill with magic and her position as queen, she was sent onto the battlefield. It just so happened that Radagon was as well. From some item descriptions we have in game, it tells us, as cliche as it is, that it was love at first sight. With this love, Radagon went to the Church of Vows and renounced his territorial aggressions against Raya Lucaria. And eventually, him and Rennala got married and had 3 kids. Not just Ranni, she had 2 more siblings. General Radagon, who was consumed by Melina's scarlet rot, and Praetor Rykard, who willingly let himself be eaten by the god-devouring serpent at Mount Gelmir. He was promised power, and after he was eaten, the god-devouring serpent and him both combined. Even in his monstrous self, the ever-loyal Tarnished still loved him. While we don't know the exact order of things that happened in Ranni's young life, in the Ranni's Dark Moon item description it does mention her young age. This moon was encountered by a young Ranni, led by the hand of her mother Rennala. What she beheld was cold, dark and veiled in occult mystery. Though we do not know much about Ranni's Dark Moon, the old snow witch that taught Ranni snow sorcery taught Ranni to fear the Dark Moon. For what reason, we do not know. We also do not know if Ranni heeded this warning, for at the end of the game, in the Age of Stars ending, Ranni and we, as her consort, are seen standing in front of a dark moon that looks suspiciously like her Dark Moon. Sometime after this, or perhaps before, it is unclear and never directly stated, Radagon left Rennala, leaving only the great rune of Unbirth that Rennala obsessively studied over until it drove her to insanity. Just take a listen at this, it's truly...
Not alarmed, nor afeared, I would birth thee as a sweeting, fair and fine.
Heartbreaking to see someone who's lost their mind this much. Perhaps after Rennala fell to insanity, Ranni started seeing the old crone, the old snow witch, her secret mentor, as a sort of mother figure. We know she held her in high regards, seeing though the doll that houses Ranni's soul, the thing that her soul inhabits after she slew her Empyrean flesh, was based after the old witch, and wears the exact same clothing from long ago. And of course, we cannot talk about Ranni without talking about Blaid, her loyal shadow. As Ranni is an Empyrean, supplied to us at the end of Ranni's quest line, she states that Miquella, Melina and her were the only demigods that could claim that title as an Empyrean. If you wish to know a bit more about Blaid and his backstory, I highly recommend, after watching this video, to go watch the video we did a few days ago on the Empyrean shadows and Blaid. Many more years have passed and Ranni has grown even more disillusioned with the Golden Order, though she does now possess a throne inside of Morgoth's courts, thanks to her being the stepdaughter of Marika and an honorary child, and an honorary demigod. This is just speculation on my part, but another possible reason as to why she might dislike the Golden Order is because the reason her mom was driven to insanity, the main part at least, was due to Radagon leaving her for the Golden Order to become the second Elden Lord. Maybe that was a bit of a push. Maybe she already was disillusioned with the Golden Order. I think you can look at it like this. There was a small fire inside her that desired for the Golden Order to be overthrown. But her father leaving, Radagon, completely just fanned the fire. And then maybe also the influence of the Snow Witch. She obviously feared the Dark Moon. What else did she fear? Was she influenced by this old crone? I'm afraid we'll never know that much detail regarding the situation. We can only speculate. If you kept poking a water balloon, eventually it will pop. The water will come spreading out all over you, and sometimes it can be really uncomfortable. In our case, in Elden Ring, because I haven't seen any water balloons yet, our case is similar to Ranni and her feelings for the Golden Order. She wanted to create a better world, wanted to create a world without the Golden Order and Age of the Stars, and so she ordered a group of assassins to steal the Rune of Death from Malekith the Black Blaid. These assassins, which would go on to be known as the Black Knight Assassins, were gifted daggers that were imbued with destined death, though the assassins weren't the only ones to be gifted. In case Ranni, and by proxy the Black Knight Assassins, were caught and detained, and whatever the justice system was back then, she gave Rykard, her brother, a piece of destined death. So even if they were captured, even if their destined death was taken back, there would still be a way to kill the demigods and a way to defend themselves from Malekith. And so the night the Black Knives arrived, and the Black Knife Assassins snuck through the capital, invisible to all. This included the demigods and gods. As they made their way to the heart of the capital, Ranni was also preparing, for she must kill herself, and slew her Empyrean flesh at the same time that Godwyn was to be killed, so the curse mark of death would be split in half. Ranni would keep her soul but lose her body, while Godwyn would lose his soul and keep his body. If they didn't do this, whoever died would lose both their body and soul. This was a way around it for Ranni, and also a way to slew her Empyrean flesh. And so Godwyn the Golden was killed, or sort of killed, because he became the first one to live in death. Ranni's plan succeeded. Her soul was now inhabiting a familiar shell, one that looked almost identical to the one that she used to call her master and her mentor. Everything had gone according to plan. But there's one thing she overlooked, or maybe it wasn't an overlooked. Maybe this was the plan all along. Marika, distraught at her son's death, her favourite son, if rumours to be believed, shattered the Elden Ring. Radagon tried to repair it, but it was to no avail, as Marika led the world into an age of the Shattering. The demigods claimed the remaining shards of the Elden Ring and waged war against each other for the fragments. Eventually, a fragile peace was formed by the fact that the demigods did not want to lose their fragments, and so they hid themselves away deep inside their chambers, although the damage they had done to the world would still be present for a very long time. And so, the world entered an age of fracture. That is until a certain Tarnished of no renown ventured through the fog to the lands between. Eventually the Tarnished, after many trials, happened upon a tower near the Carian royal family manor, and inside this tower was Ranni, the Lunar princess, spawn of Radagon and Rennala. Time passes and the Tarnished has completed many tasks, freeing Ranni from fate, and eventually becomes her consort. She gifts the Tarnished a moon greatsword, as is tradition for all Carian queens to give to their consort. And with the dark moon greatsword in hand, the Tarnished slays the elden beast and summons Ranni, bringing forth the age of the stars. And sadly that is all we have time for today. I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you found it informative, consider leaving a like and subscribe. If it was terrible and wasn't informative, please leave some constructive criticism so I can improve for the next video. That's all everyone. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.